I'm so excited to be here today. I'm so excited. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? So today we are talking about how men are using Pinterest, and I feel like this is such an important topic because Pinterest is one of those platforms that has been dominated by women. Women use it primarily, so the focus has been on how do we attract more women to our products and our services as entrepreneurs. But really and truly, we need to be thinking comprehensively about how we attract our audience in totality, not just women, not just men, but how does our products and services reach the masses? And how important is a smaller demographic to your revenue streams? How powerful is a smaller demographic to your revenue streams? So, we're going to talk about that. How do men use Pinterest? So, this is actually an article that I read from social media today, and I thought that first of all is very present. So we're talking about what's happening right now in January of 2022. This is not something that was 6 months ago, a year ago. This isn't something that is a theory. This is actually what the analytics are showing. And it's actually a study that was done through Pinterest. So what you may not know is that Pinterest is one of those brands that, platforms that does the research. They want you to understand how to, I'm trying to pull my slides up. So if you see my eyes moving and shaking, it's because I'm pulling up my slides. But I want you to really understand how Pinterest moves in the grand scheme of things. They are invested in you knowing the why because they want you to use the platform. They're invested in making sure that you understand the why because they are invested in how you use the platform and making sure that you have the data to be able to support the things that you want and that you need in order to grow your business, to grow your brand, and to increase your visibility. So, bottom line, how does Pinterest really tap into your profit margins? It increases your visibility. The more people that see your products and your services, the more people you can connect to. The more people that you can connect to, the more people like, know, and trust you. The more like, knows, and trust that you receive, the more purchases you will receive. However, there is a finesse and a funnel that needs to come in between there, and there's some other strategies, but that's the bottom line. It is a numbers game. Sales is a numbers game, but it's also a connectivity game. And Pinterest has done an amazing job with this study. So I'm going to get into it because I want to share this study with you. And I want to tell you this. I'm going to throw some numbers at you. So I want you to be very, that's why I said grab your pen and grab your pad because the numbers don't lie. Okay. One thing about me and my Capricornness, the numbers don't lie. So when the numbers tell me something, I pay attention because 1 + 1 always equals 2. Okay. It don't equal 5. It don't equal 4. It always equals 2. So the numbers always are going to tell you how to get to the end goal that you need, and how the numbers are formed is how you get to that end game, right? So before I get started, let me take a sip. I got a cough, so I may have to take some sips in between. In my Problem Slayer mug, drinking out of my Problem Slayer mug, and the link to the Problem Slayer swag is in the description. Make sure you click the link. You're going to get some information about the Problem Slayer Academy, but if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll be able to click the link that will go to our online store. I always say to my online store. Okay. My online store. Problem Slayer collection, hoodies, tea, coffee mugs, water bottles, t-shirts, workout gear, because to be a Problem Slayer, you got to be total comprehensive entrepreneur. You got to be a total comprehensive person. And that's not just about your money, but you also got to get into that health and that fitness as well. So definitely click the link. You'll be able to get into that problem slayer swag. Alrighty, so let's talk about how we can get into generating more revenue through connectivity with our men on the platform of Pinterest. So let me tell you, 1 in 4 men in the US are using Pinterest. If you got 4 people in the room, 4 men in the room, one of them is using Pinterest. If you got 100 people in the room, 25 men are using Pinterest. If you show your products and services in front of 25 men out of 100, don't you think you will be able to connect to at least get them to like you, to want to get to know you more and trust you a little bit more? Yeah. So that's huge. Because if you think of it, it's not like there are thousands of women and there's one little man sitting there. There's 1 in 4 men in the US. Now, let me throw some other numbers at you. They are between the ages of 25 and 54. 25 and 54. That's a big jump. Now, think about your products and your business. Let me get into a little coaching here. But when you think about your products and your services, think about the mindset of a 25-year-old and how they spend money, how they think about money, how they're attached to money, how they value money, right? What they spend their money on. And then think about like a 45 or 50-year-old, and how they spend their money and how they're connected to money, and how they feel about money, right? So there's a huge difference in how people think and feel about money as they grow with money in age. But between the ages of 25 to 54 is such a huge gap. It's such a huge time frame, right? You're really talking to different demographics of men. Right. 25 to 30 is a 30 something. And then you got like your 30s and your early 40s is another demographic. Then you got your late 40s, and then you've got like your 50s. So you're talking to men in different phases and different stages of your business. I'm going to let that resonate, because now your demographic isn't just like the one type of person, but it's the one type of person as they move through the stages of their life between the ages of 25 and 54. I thought about that and I thought, wow, that number, that range is going to mean something when I drop the next couple of stats, because then you'll understand why there's a range. Because normally it's very like niche down. The numbers are not so wide, but you're going to understand why the numbers have a range in a second, right? So remember, 1 in 4, 27% of men are using Pinterest. Okay. What are men pinning and searching in the app? Well, let's get into it. Let's talk about what they're looking for. Are they looking for you? Let's talk about it. Now, remember, this was done in January of 2022. Right now, real time. Right. So we're in. It says post pandemic goals, but child, is there a post pandemic? I don't know. But it is in real time with the Omicron variant, right? So think about this. Think about where we are now and how you can fit in to these goals that the men have and the things that they're searching for inside of Pinterest. So according to Pinterest, 55% of male users are looking to go to the movies more often. How amazing is that? They want to go to the movies, they want to get out, they want to get lost. Now they didn't break it down to the types of movies, but just the fact, ladies, that your man wants to get out go to the movies and stuff. They're checking out movies, they're checking out what's hot. They're probably also checking out swag that is connected to the movies, especially if it's animated or Marvel or that kind of thing. So really tap into, this is where you tap into like what interests you have, your man has specifically, right? That's going to help you with that. 55% of male users also are looking to go to restaurants. They trying to get out the house. They trying to get out the house like everybody else. Okay? Help the men get out the house. Help, ask them, what do you have a taste for? What do you want to try that you haven't tried? Let's like go restaurant hopping. Let's check out small businesses, small restaurants in your area and support them on date night. Like make this thing work for you, ladies. Okay? Make this thing work for you. But as entrepreneurs, if you are um if you have any products or services that are connected to the restaurant industry, this is a gold mine for you, right? It's a gold mine for you. 50% are looking to host house parties in 2022. Because of the Omicron variant, where we can go, we're very limited. So, how can we have fun at home? How can we still have experiences at home? How can we still entertain? How can we still connect with the people that we care about and that we love and that we enjoy spending time with? So, if you have any type of party planning business, if you have any type of, if you're a blogger and you write articles on things to do at home, this is where you're going to show up. This is where you're going to show up. If you're in affiliate marketing and you are an affiliate for products and services that go with any of these ideas, this is where you show up. If you're a blogger and you like to blog about the latest restaurants and what's trending and types of foods and things like that, make sure that you're speaking to your men. Don't alienate your men because they want to go and eat great food too. Okay, 55%. Okay, that's over half, right? So I'm going to recap. I want to thank you all for jumping in. We're talking about how men are using Pinterest. This is going to be powerful for the content that you're creating, but it's also going to be powerful for how your brand voice sounds, right? How your authentic visual brand voice looks and sounds, right? Because now we're not just talking to one person, but we're talking to one person over time. And we're also mixing demographics. So we're talking to men as well. Do not alienate your men. They are using Pinterest too. They just not as loud about it as women. Okay. Now let's go to the stats. I'm going to recap. 55% of male users are looking to go to the movies more often. And 55% of male users are looking to go to restaurants. They want to eat. They want to get out of the house. They want to enjoy great food. They want to have great experiences. This is going to be really great for bloggers. Also, local restaurants in the area, definitely make sure that you have a presence on Pinterest because men are looking for you. They're looking and searching for you. And then the other thing I want to share with you is that this is thinking outside of local, but people travel just to eat great food and have great experiences as well. So I know like a friend of mine, we're actually traveling. Like we have like certain destinations that we go to just to get out because we want great experiences, but we also love great food. So if you have a presence on Pinterest and I see you, I'm collecting information, people are tagging you, people are sharing your meals, and I'm just giving you just the visuals of how you as a restaurant can really profit and gain some longevity in your visibility using Pinterest. This is how the men can find you so that they can enjoy those experiences. And then 50% are looking to host house parties. They want to host parties. They want the barbecues when it's warm, but what can we do when it's colder? What are some ideas that we can do that have like a presence of all demographics, not just women only, not just men only, but like a collaborative and a mix. And this is going to go to my next stat for you. 60% of men are seeking new activities to do with their families. They are looking to do things with their families. Families are looking for ways to be connected, but they're also looking for ways that they can bond and do things in a different way. Listen, the children are at home, okay? Virtual learning is still here. Please trust and believe virtual learning is still here. So the kids are home maybe 24/7. You may be still teleworking from home. What are some activities that we can do to break the monotony, right? Men are thinking about these things as well. It's not just always on the moms. 1 in 4 men are looking for that. And 60% of the 1 in 4 are looking for new activities to do with their families. Now, the last that I have, and this is typical male stat, right? But 30% of male penners are looking to buy a new car. They're looking for what feels good, what looks good, right? So images of cars, stats on cars, right? Data on cars, testimonies on cars, blogs on cars, articles. They're looking for all of that, right? No, these are the things that men in 2022, in January 2022, are looking up on Pinterest. These are the things that are the most important to them: movies, restaurants, parties, activities with their families, and the new car is always on the list, right? When it comes to men. So some things on that list that really didn't look typical of what we think of when we think about men and what they are searching for, right? And investigating and wanting more information on, right? So I'll also tell you that 75% of male pinners, so of all the men that are using Pinterest, we got 1 in 4. So let's just say we got 4 pinners on Pinterest, right? 75%, that would be 3. 3 of those 4 are looking to spend their money in order to reach these goals. And so the stats I gave you are the goals that they have, because men don't, they're not very impulsive in their buying. But what men do is they think about, okay, this is something I would like to do. And if you ever talk to a man, like talk to your dad, talk to your uncle, talk to your even your sons, talk to your uncles, talk to your coworkers, right? They always say, "Yeah, I always say, when I get to a certain place in my world, I want to do this, right? Or, yeah, in the future, this is what I would like to happen. Or, I see myself doing this with my family. That's what I want 5 years from now." That's how men talk. Like that's how men talk. They think about it and then they see it, but they see it like in the long term. Very different than how as women think about things. But think about how men think about how they want to reach their goals, right? Because that's going to help you in how you put together your marketing content, the things that you say, right? And how you dig into those pain points and connect with them. It's going to be super important. Now, let me go to the 3 keys, the 3 top tips, right? For how you can create an amazing shopping journey for these male pinners, right? Because we want the men to have an incredible journey on Pinterest, just like us women do, right? So, the first thing that I want you to really think about is that men are brand conscious. Like, it is super important for men to have a brand that's their go-to, right? They're not going to mix and match and test out a whole lot of things. What they're going to do is they're going to ask questions, they're going to listen, they're going to see who's using what, who's doing what brands are popping, right? They're going to test out some things that speak to their pain points. This is important because it can't be just the latest and the greatest that makes a man determine that your product is the product for them or your service is the service for them. It's got to really connect with the goals that they have. Because remember, men are always working towards the thing that's like in the forefront of their mind, and also that thing that's like way, way in the back that nobody knows about but them. So they're brand people. They will pay more money for brands that they know and that they trust. I'm going to say that one more time. Men will pay more for the brands that they like, know, and trust, right? Let me take a sip. Excuse me. So, if you are a brand that is connecting with their wants, their needs, their hopes, their goals, the things that are important to them, if you have the social proof, if they know others that are using it as well, they are very loyal. They are not going to test out 10 different things. They're just not. They may test out two and be like, forget it. They're just not as invested in testing out a bunch of different things. But they are invested in when they find something, staying with it and sticking with it. And they do not mind spending money for it. Now, I'll tell you, when it comes to my product line, Paula's Whip, my men are loyal. My men are habitual. If I remind them, they will come. They are the first ones. They are my highest subscribers. I have a subscription box, and they are my highest subscribers because they know I'm going to need this every 6 months or every quarter or every 6 weeks. Like, they know what they want and how long it's going to take them. And they just want that thing on autopilot because they like me, they know me, and they trust my products. So they are the most loyal when they find you. What does that mean for you, your brand, your businesses on Pinterest? It means that you have to cultivate the connectivity on Pinterest. You have to cultivate the want for them to try you out, to test you out, to see what's going on with your products and your services, because you want them to be equally as loyal about you as well. So that's one of the key tips in how to help men in their shopping journey. Now, the second thing is, men don't like to be online doing a whole lot of searching. They just ain't about that life. Okay. Like, we can get on Pinterest and get lost, right? We can get on Google and get lost. We can go on any shopping app and get lost, right? We're comparing, we're reading reviews, we're going back and forth. Men aren't doing all that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Men are not searching as much, but they don't have to. Not on Pinterest, because they type in the search one time, boom, it pops up. It pops up. And I'm going to talk about that because that actually leads to the third key tip. But when it comes to how you resonate and show up in front of men to really connect with them, you've got to be spot on with your keyword optimization. Your SEO, which stands for search engine optimization game, has to be on fire, because that's what's going to help you to populate first, top of the list, when they are searching for you. Because remember, men are not going to scroll. They're not going to keep moving around and finding and looking, and they're not doing all that searching. They're going to put in a couple of things. They're going to trust that the top searches are really what people are looking for, right? And they're going to investigate those top searches. So how can you show up top of mind? You got to get into your keyword strategy, and you've got to do it. You've got to implement it. Now, we'll tell you that inside of the Problem Slayer Academy, which is my 6-month group coaching program, we are only focusing on your imaging, your video content, and your SEO game. Why? Because that's how people find you, stop the scroll, right, and get connected with you, is through those three key components. And so inside of the Problem Slayer Academy, day one, we are talking about the words that we're using. How are we attracting, right? And we're also getting deep into our keyword search. So I want to make sure that you get it and you understand it, because men are conducting fewer searches. period. You've got to be top of the list in order to catch their eye. And the reason why they're conducting fewer searches leads to the third key tip in creating and crafting a really great experience for men on Pinterest when they're shopping. Pinterest already makes Pinterest personalized for each and every one of us, right? We go to the top of the search engine of the search bar, we type in what we're looking for, and then we see all of the items populate in our feed, right? And then we walk away from Pinterest, and then guess what? If we haven't opted out, then those more search items, like what we asked for, are in our inbox. Pinterest sends those things directly to your email. No other platform does that. Period. I don't care how amazing they are. No Facebook, no Instagram, no Snapchat, no nada. Okay? And then when you log back into Pinterest, there's more of those like items. And then they're also sending you messages to say, hey, we found some more items like what you were searching. So it makes you everything very personalized for them because nothing populates until they search for it. So when you search for it, Pinterest starts to create this kind of personalized account for you where you're only seeing the things that you asked to see. And then they show you more and more and more of those things. And so because it makes them feel as if this is my experience, my account, Pinterest is taking care and personalizing my searches specific to what I like, right? Then it helps to cultivate the like, know, and trust factor for those businesses and those brands that populate in front of them with their searches. So just to recap, those three key tips in how to you cultivate a really good user shopping experience for the men on Pinterest, because this is Pinterest, the men's edition. You've got to make sure that you are a brand that really taps into their pain points, because the like, know, and trust factor is what's going to help them resonate with your brand a lot more. And then men, number two, they're not going to search for you all day. So you have to populate at the top of the search. And how do you do that? You do that with keyword strategy, right? Understanding keyword strategy and understanding how to optimize your content for that search engine of Pinterest. And also this helps you with Google, because we always say Pinterest is Google's bay. So Google is always going in and snatching Pinterest's goodies. And then the third and most important is that Pinterest makes their accounts feel very personalized based off of all of the things that they have searched for. If you can hit on all cylinders with that, then you can really tap into another market for your business if your business is geared and has a door that men can walk through. All businesses don't have that. But if you do have a door that men can walk through, please take all of these items into consideration, because regardless of the product or the service, if there's a part of it, a piece of that pie, no matter how small, no matter how big, that affects your male clients, then that's going to affect your male your revenue stream. Because listen, 75% of all males are going to spend money towards their goal, period. And they're loyal to brands. They're very loyal to the brands that are slaying those problems for them. They're not going to search all day for you, right? And they love Pinterest because Pinterest brings everything full circle for them, places it on a platter right in front of them. So all they have to do is open up and look. They're going to make quick buying decisions. They're going to make very quick buying decisions. What's important to them is important to them, and they're going to act quickly and move on. So you can actually have a quicker sale when you gear some of your marketing towards men. And this is also a really great way for you to diversify your marketing so that it doesn't all sound the same and that you're not always speaking to the same. You know, you want the look and the feel of your content to really resonate and look different. So, yeah, that's all I got. I was a lot. I hope that I helped you to understand how important marketing to men is in your brand and in your business. I hope I also helped you to also understand that inside of that platform of Pinterest, that they are available to help you to push your products and services in front of all the demographics that they serve. And then I also hope that I helped you to understand that there's some work that needs to be done in content creation. There's also some room for growth when it comes to learning keyword optimization so that you can really show up at the top of those searches and get right in position in front of your clients when they're searching for you. So that's all I got for you today. I'm your girl, Paula Marie, aka the Ebony Biz Diva, and I am super excited that you are here today with me. Let's go out with some amazing information on the Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp. So if you go to www.pinterestcoaching.com, you can actually sign up for the next Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp. That is a boot camp that helps you to not only understand the fundamentals of how your business can convert and should convert in a way that attracts clients with Pinterest, but it also helps you to understand that keyword optimization. We talk about that on day one of the boot camp, and the next one is right around the corner. So if you want to get on the email list to learn more about the next Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp, simply go to www.pinterestcoaching.com. The link will be inside of the description. Make sure you click on it, join the list. There's going to be some discounts and some savings to everyone who's on it. And you have lifetime access when you join the boot camp, which gives you the ability to take it over and over and over again, because at the end of the day, repetition is really going to sharpen your sword. Hey, that's all I got for you today. I'm Paula Marie, aka Ebony Biz Diva. Having a
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter.